Hey guys, today's video is all about how you can impress the driving test examiner on your driving test. I'm going to give you some tips that are going to help you, so how you can impress that driving test examiner on your driving test day. Now before we get started, there's going to be one or two people who say you shouldn't have to impress the examiner, they're there to assess you. And you're right, they are there to assess you, but all I'm trying to say is you're only human. You know, me, you, everyone else, and it's like when you're meeting someone for the first time and in a classroom or at work, and they kind of look at you weird, or they're a bit frosty. You're thinking, what have I done? What have I done? But that's what the examiner's going to think. What's wrong there? You know, and I know they're going to assess your driving, but let's start then. When that examiner comes out in the waiting room and they call your name out, have your driving licence ready. Be prepared, so they know, oh, that person on the ball here, there's a sign up there saying, have your driving licence ready, and they're ready for it. So that when they say to you, Joe Bloggs, right, come to the middle there, or come to side in and let's check your licence, you know exactly what's going to happen. That examiner's going to ask for your licence. They're going to ask you to sign on the iPad your name, and they're going to check it. So straight away you know what's going on. And I'll give you an example here. Years ago, this is when you have to, the paper signed one, they shouted my student out, and he goes, yeah. And the examiner's straight away looking at him weird. What's he saying that for? Well, can you come to the middle then, and we can sign the piece of paper? And the examiner straight away was getting a bit shirty with him, because the lad was getting shirty with him, and the lad just chucked his driving licence on the table at the examiner, and it flew across the table and hit the examiner on the leg. So the examiner's looking down at it thinking, okay, right, if you want to be funny, that's fine. So the lad signed it, and I'm thinking, straight away, the examiner's been wound up by him. There's a good chance the examiner's going to be looking for faults here. And I know that you shouldn't think like that, but if I was in their position and someone's being rude to me, and being a bit shirty, I don't know, nerves could have caused that, but he was being shirty, definitely. Anyway, the lad failed. Whether he failed for being shirty, and the examiner says, oh, he failed for this, he didn't do that right, so he failed for making a mistake, and he took his next test, and I said to the lad, just be nice, and he was exactly the same again, failed again, somewhat silly. And the third time I said, right, take your hat off, because he was wearing a woolly hat. Take your hat off and smile at the examiner. Hey there, pass them the driving licence. Done everything what I said. Took out there, driving, and passed his driving test. Now you could say, well, he passed his driving test because he's good enough to drive. That's fine. But I had the impression, and I'm sure the examiner got the impression, that this lad's a bit funny here for no reason. You know, why is he being funny with me? And so put yourself in their position. If they are confronted by someone being frosty with them or being a bit rude, they're going to be thinking, right, okay, then let's see how good you are. Now, when the examiner takes you outside and they're doing the eyesight test, so here's a great tip: practice the eyesight test. So when they say to you, right, read that rest plate over there, you know exactly what they're going to do, and you can do it, and you're not kind of worried, confidently. Okay, blah blah blah, da ba ba, done straight away. You're not worried about it. Exam isn't great, fine. They know what they're doing, confident they do it. When it comes to the questions before you get in the car, know the questions. So when the examiner says, right, can you tell me how you would check the tyre pressures on the car? Okay, straight away, boom, you know the answer. All right, don't be thinking, oh right, okay, then humming and hawing, because all the examiners going to be thinking, okay, well, I know a bit of nerves might cause it, but this person's not answering anything here. So they'll give you so much time. They might prompt you again. Can you tell me then, please, how you would what's the legal requirement of the tyres and how you check them? And if you're umming and ahhing, they're thinking, all right, well, if that's what they're like with the question at the beginning, what they're like with the driving. And then when you're about to set off, the examiner says, right, okay, I'll explain the test to you. Yes, please, if you don't mind. Just be nice to them, you know, because if you are nice to someone, they're going to be nice back at you. Smile at them. Do what you can to impress them, because if you can impress them before you get in that car, before you start that engine, straight away, they're relaxed, you'll feel a bit more relaxed because you feel a bit more confident. Right, okay, I've done everything I can, and all I've got to do now is drive. And they're not going to be funny with me. They're just going to assess my driving best of my ability. When you come to do the manoeuvre, if you make a mistake, just say, I'm sorry, but can I do this? And they'll say, it's up to you. All right, just let them know what you want to do, you know. And if say you take a wrong turn, just say they say take the next left turn, and you just miss it completely, and it should have been a left turn there. I'm sorry about that. I'll take this next left one here. Just be confident. Don't worry. So the final tip then. Lots of people take the tests in their own car. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know, if everyone's different. If you're going to take your test in your own car, just make sure the car's right for the test. And I'll give you the final example here is I had a student and I met up with a person about 6 months ago, and they were going to take a test in their own car and they want me to assess the driving. The driving was fine, and halfway through the lesson, I said, let's switch over to your car and let's have a look at your car driving. And as I watched the car, you could tell it needed cleaning. The outside of the car was the outside of the car was fine, just a bit dirty. Inside the car, seats were filthy. The windscreen was covered in, I don't know how they got the windscreen, it was covered in fingerprints everywhere. And it was dusty everywhere. And I know if you took your test in your instructor's car, they clean their car, if not every day, every other day, because it's in their interest to have it clean. So I said to the student, the girl said, listen, your car needs a clean. I'm going to clean it the day before my test. I'm going to have it all spick and span. Right, fine, good luck on your driving test. She messaged me the night of the driving test. She failed. I said, what happened? Well, we walked over to the car and the examiner says, I'm not getting in that, it's filthy. So I said, you did clean it? Oh yeah, I cleaned it. I'm thinking, well, obviously you didn't clean it enough. So clean the car, because if you're going to go in your car, make sure it's clean. Another little tip for you, if you're going to take your car, make sure you've got a spare mirror for the driving test examiner, an interior mirror, and you can get them from Alfred's. I'll put a link below to, you can get them, click on the Amazon link, and it'll take you to it. And another funny example actually of someone turning up in their own car. I was stood outside, and the examiner walks over to his car. I don't know who it was, and there's duct tape on the actual on the bumper, and the examiner just touched, and it fell down, didn't it? Not getting in that, it's not safe. So if you're going to go in your own car, make sure it's roadworthy. That's what it says on the driving test email. Make sure it's roadworthy. Make sure you've got your actual head restraints in place. And remember, you're there to drive, but also show first impressions. So first impressions are quite important. Take care, good luck, and I hope this helps you.